government has been shut down for almost 48 hours. We are live in Washington with how Oklahomans are being impacted. Plus, Oklahoma governor announces the new Oklahoma State Superintendent earlier today. And President Donald Trump claims we're in an armed conflict. This is OU Nightly. We begin tonight with breaking news. Norman PD are asking for the public's help locating a missing girl. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Reagan Garvin.
And I'm Cariana Gamboa. 13-year-old Brielle Cates has not been seen by her family since yesterday. You're looking at a photo of her now.
Police say she was last seen near 36th Avenue Northwest and Rock Creek in Norman.
We'll continue to follow this story as it develops and bring you any information as it's released.
Now we're turning to the second day of the government shutdown.
Government parties have still not come to an agreement over the funding bill, and we begin live tonight from Washington, D.C. Our partners at Gaylord News brings us the latest. Reporter Taylor Barnes joins us live. Taylor, what's the latest on Capitol Hill?
So yesterday, the Senate Democrats rejected the fiscal proposal once more. The government will not reopen until some sort of agreement between the parties is made. The Senate is expected to re-vote again sometime tomorrow, but until then, the government will remain shut down.
How are people being impacted at the Capitol, and what does that mean for Oklahomans?
So many federal agencies have major headquarters located in Washington, D.C. Most of the federal workers will be working without pay or furloughed. As for Oklahoma, the main points of conversation have been the National Weather Center and the Tinker Air Force Base. We're not quite sure about the long-term effects of these shutdowns on these agencies, but reports of uncertainty have emerged.
Reaction from the Oklahoma delegation regarding the shutdown.
So Senator Lankford has been the most vocal on social media criticizing his workers, his Democratic co-workers, He believes that they're asking too much, and he has been a huge advocate for the government staying open and the bill being proposed.
Thank you, Taylor. The shutdown is likely going to extend into next week. The Senate Democrats are expected to block a GOP-backed short-term funding bill again tomorrow. However, the Senate is not expected to be in session this weekend.
Back in Oklahoma, the government shutdown may impact a food program for women, infants, and children. According to the National WIC Association, the program could run out of money by next week. A recent survey shows about a quarter of military families rely on WIC. Service members are among the federal workers no longer getting paid. Oklahoma has just over 20,000 active duty service members. One recent study also says about 10% of children in active military families are on Medicaid.
A press conference was held earlier today announcing the new Oklahoma State Superintendent.
OU Nightly reporter Landon Thomas joins us in the newsroom with who the Oklahoma governor appointed. Landon?
Yeah, Reagan, Governor Kevin Stitt announced today in a press conference that Lyndall Fields will be the new Oklahoma State Superintendent. Fields was previously the CEO and superintendent at Tri-County Tech in Bartlesville for over a decade. During his introduction at the presser, Fields was overcome with emotions about his new position.
Today is about steadying the ship. Standing here at Eisenhower, where my daughter's in 5th grade, this work is deeply personal. As a father, I share the same hopes and worries as every parent. We all want our kids to be safe, to be known, and to be prepared for the future. That's why this steadying the ship matters so much right now.
Fields also said during his introduction that his 3 priorities for improving the education system are reading proficiency, teacher recruitment and retention, and creating career pathways. We will continue to keep you informed as we get more information in our newsroom. Cariana, Reagan, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Landon. Turning Point USA announced the speakers for the event here at OU later this month. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt will speak at the event in McCaslin Fieldhouse along with British comedian Russell Brand and reality TV star Savannah Chrisley. Brand is facing sexual assault charges in the UK. His case goes to trial next summer. The announcement comes after Turning Point founder Charlie Kirk was shot and killed last month at an event in Utah.
And on the holiest day of the year in Judaism, a British synagogue is attacked. Jack Hancock has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
Oh, shit. I forgot I'm hooked up to that.
At least 2 killed and several injured in an attack on a synagogue in Manchester, England on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in Judaism. The suspect rammed a car into members of the public and stabbed a security officer. Manchester police say the suspect was wearing a vest with the appearance of an explosive device. British authorities have ruled the attack a terrorist incident and will increase security at synagogues across the country. President Donald Trump has announced that the U.S. is entering an armed conflict with drug cartels. This follows recent U.S. airstrikes on boats in the Caribbean allegedly carrying drugs. In a memo to the Associated Press, the president deems cartel groups as, quote, terrorist organizations. In a bipartisan effort, lawmakers object the president's actions and urge Congress to exert the War Powers Act, which prohibits such strikes. And President Trump asks 9 major universities to adopt his vision for education in exchange for better access to federal funding. The White House asks that these schools have the same priorities regarding admissions, free speech, women's sports, and more. Trump says signing on would give priority access to some federal funding, but funds will still be dispersed to other colleges. Colleges that agree will have better access to White House officials and events. And after the announcement that Puerto Rican artist Bad Bunny will perform the Super Bowl halftime show, the Trump administration says immigration authorities could be at the game. Kiriana, Reagan, back to you.
Thanks, Jack. Families will be arriving in Norman over the next few days for Parents Weekend. OU Nightly meteorologist Aiden Bruns is in studio today to give us a look at what weather they can expect. Aiden?
Reagan, it is hot out there and everyone knows it. The second they step outside, temperatures right now across the metro, we're sitting at 89 here in Norman. Lots of those upper 80s across the state. We can even see some 90s out there, Guyman as well as out in Elk City. So it's pretty much a copy and paste day from yesterday, into today and coming into this evening. Well, temperatures could be worse. They could be better too. It's going to be still pretty warm. We're going to be in the lower 80s and upper 70s as you're headed out. So if you do have dinner plans with your family or even just some friends, just keep those warm temperatures in mind. You're probably not going to need that jacket. But coming up in the full forecast, we'll go over the allergies, when the fall leaves are going to start changing, and a look at your game day forecast.
Thanks, Aiden. A new report sounds the alarm on crimes here on campus.
Find out which crimes are on the rise next.
And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're honoring those impacted.
How one organization is giving cancer patients hope. Stay with us.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over. Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together. It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
We said we'd never give in to a meltdown.
Mariella!
Never leave the house looking, well, and never let them out of our sight. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
A new report shows that some crimes are up on campus. The OU Department of Campus Safety released its annual fire and safety report. It shows domestic violence crimes and motor vehicle thefts on campus property have increased since 2022. The report also notes several fires on campus housing properties. However, none resulted in injuries or death. You can see the full report on the OUPD website.
Stubman Avenue is closing this evening at 5:30. The closure is between Robinson Street and Rock Creek Road for the Norman North High School Homecoming Parade. The road will open back up to traffic at 7 tonight.
Chemotherapy is effective in treating many types of cancer, but it has side effects. It can change the taste, smell, and make food less appealing. CNN's Mandy Gaither tells us how a cancer survivor learned how to love food again.
It was the first day of retirement when Molly Miley received the results of her mammogram. There were signs of breast cancer.
It was shocking and shattered, my world for a while.
Next came surgery, chemo, and radiation therapy, and that's when she noticed her senses were off.
Food didn't look good. It didn't taste good. It didn't smell good. I had a very metallic taste in my mouth.
At the Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center, Miley met Dina Champion and learned she's not alone.
It is probably one of the most common side effects I hear as a dietitian.
That's why the Garden of Hope was created. Miley and more than 200 other cancer survivors and their families get free weekly vegetables and herbs, nutrition counseling, and cooking demonstrations every year. It's all geared for those who may not be into food because of their loss of taste or sore mouth from chemo.
You can get outside, connect with nature, connect with your food as it's growing. And it's a space where we don't just talk to our survivors about eating more produce, but we actually go out there and we let them pick it.
Miley says it's one of the best things she's done since her diagnosis, allowing her to once again enjoy food.
It's definitely something we take for granted until it's gone.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The dietitian encourages patients to set boundaries going into this holiday season. They can ask people not to comment on their food habits or bring a dish they know they can eat to holiday meals. And a fun way to kick off game day weekend returns to Campus Corner.
See who's headlining this week's Crimson Friday concert after weather.
And the heat can't stick around forever, right? We'll talk about when we could get some relief here in Norman in the full forecast after the break.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Welcome back to OU Nightly, and thanks for joining us. It's a hot Thursday out there, but take a look at our campus cam right now. Lots of blue sky, a little bit hazy off in the distance, and a lot of green trees out there. Not looking like some fall weather whatsoever. It's pretty hot, but we'll touch on the fall leaves in just a bit. But current temperatures right now, they are toasty. We're sitting at 89 right now here in Norman. Plenty of sunshine. It's feeling like 88 due to some winds helping it out just a little bit. Our winds aren't too high, but wind gusts are a little bit up there. We're seeing 13 here in Norman right now, 16 up in Oklahoma City out of the south, so could help bring in some of the humidity, but not much is going to change. And coming up in the next couple of days, those winds are going to pick up even more. We're going to get into the 15-20 mile per hour range into Saturday. We could see some 30s to 40s. So for the Saturday football game, you're going to want to keep that in mind. Girls, you might be wanting to tie that hair back because it's going to be blowing around in the stadium. Seeing lots of wind in the next couple of days with our forecast. And we're still dry out there. The drought has built a little bit across the state. Norman, we're right on the cusp of moderate to abnormal drought conditions right now. So dry. We need a lot of relief from some rain. That would be great. But the dry weather and the windy weather is going to pick up some of those allergies, once again blowing them around. We're not going to see allergy relief until probably that first hard frost here in Oklahoma. So looking a little bit like candy corn here. We've got weeds and mold at a high level on the allergy report today. So no relief for our allergy sufferers out there. Temperatures going into tomorrow, we're still going to get some temperatures in the lower mid 60s for overnight lows, and heading into tomorrow, we're going to be lucky if we don't hit 90. It's going to look pretty similar for us tomorrow from today. We'll get into the 70s overnight. Not much is going to change with that. And unfortunately, the hot weather isn't going to be looking to go away too soon. This is only 6 to 10 days out, but we're going to stay on the warmer side. This is from the Climate Prediction Center of what we got to look out for in the next couple of days. But the fall foliage, like I said earlier, we're looking like we could see some low light color changes within next week for our forecasted changing of those leaves. We're not usually going to get those good colors until probably November here in Oklahoma, but game day forecast, what's going to happen for game day? It's going to be hot. What can I say? We're going to have some winds, like I said, but lots of sunshine. So make sure you've got the sunscreen and the sunglasses out for that. But take a look at that 7-day forecast. Copy and paste. Guys, until next week, we do see a cold front coming through Tuesday into Wednesday, so that looks really good, going from 86 to 75. Could bring a chance for rain, so some drought relief would be great. But do you guys have family coming in for not OU Texas? That's coming up. But this weekend, for Parents Weekend?
Yeah, for Family Weekend, my family's going to drive in tomorrow, so I'll definitely tell them to dress light if we go out to dinner or something.
Very hot, even overnight too. So yeah, definitely the shorts and t-shirts good.
Well, thank you so much, Aiden. This Friday, the Crimson Friday concert series continues on Campus Corner. The event kicks off the game day weekend featuring country artist Jeremy Phillips. The concert begins at 9 p.m. running until 11:30. And the best part, it's free to attend. Campus Corner will continue to host these free events each Friday before the OU football game. OU football is back this week and is a big piece for OU defense.
Plus, why will one Thunder player soon be the answer to a cool trivia question?
And Saturday will be a familiar situation for quarterback Michael Hawkins Jr. stepping into the starting role again. See how John Mateer has helped him prepare for his time in the spotlight. Coming up next in sports.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
All right, look at you taking the stairs. Who are you?
We're your lungs. We are proud of you for quitting smoking. but you still may be at risk for lung cancer.
A routine cancer scan can detect it early when it's more curable.
Good to know. Well, I gotta go somewhere.
So do we.
So do we.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
I'm Michael Thompson, and it's time for sports. Oklahoma is the only team in the entire country that has not forced a turnover yet, which is a strange reality for the second-ranked defense in the country. Now, each standout freshman Eli Bowen will be returning this week, and Gentry Williams wasn't shy about his excitement for Bowen's return.
Amazing, you know, another great player, you know, freshman All-American last year, to have that type of player on the field, you know, great things are going to come his way. He's so smart, intelligent, he knows his job really well. He helps me, he helps everybody in that room, he helps the whole defense. So just having him back, it's going to be really good.
Brent Venables' defense is getting reinforcements, but the story is Michael Hawkins Jr. at quarterback. He went 1-3 in his starts last year, but now he has John Mateer in his corner. Ben Arbuckle knows the sophomore has learned from watching Mateer.
John has had success, you know, being a starting quarterback. So being able to take away from John what he does really well. And the thing about Mike is that you have to have your own identity too. So seeing the things that John does really well, hey, I'm going to try and emulate that. And hey, maybe John does this and that doesn't match me personally, or that doesn't match my game. How can I do something different? I think Mike has done a great job of that.
The journey for ring number 9 for Patty Gasso begins tomorrow. The first of 5 Battle Series scrimmages starts at 6:30, where fans will get their first look at the Sooners since their heartbreaker in the Women's College World Series. 13 players will return from last year's team. And ring night is just around the corner for the Oklahoma City Thunder, but until then, Jalen Williams could be the answer to a fun trivia question. He is the last player in NBA history that will ever wear the number 6, because the NBA has now retired number 6 to honor Bill Russell, who passed away in 2022, but they allowed current players that are wearing the number to continue. Jay Will says he is honored to wear the number of an all-time great. And the SEC has not treated Sooner soccer kindly after their 8-game unbeaten streak to start the year. Top scorer Naomi Clark has not found the net in SEC play, and OU has been shut out in their last 2 matches. But the Sooners are in Alabama tonight, and we'll see if they can get back in form at 7. And OU volleyball will take their Blues from dropping a 5-set loss to Ole Miss last Sunday to the Music City. Vanderbilt hosts OU in Nashville tomorrow at 7 in the Sooners' first SEC road game, where OU looks to improve to 2-1 in conference play. Cariana, Reagan.
Thanks so much, Michael. October has officially started, which means spooky treats are making a comeback.
Find out what popular Halloween item will be back on the McDonald's menu next.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria? When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Did you know that items like paint, cleaning solutions, pesticides, solvents, and other chemicals are considered household hazardous waste? These chemicals are dangerous to our environment and water quality when they are dumped in our storm drains or gutters. Fortunately, the City of Norman has a dedicated household hazardous waste facility where you can properly dispose of these items. Call 405-366-5463 to make an appointment. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
I'm Sutton Parker at the OU Nightly Update Desk. Governor Kevin Stitt has appointed OU education professor Dr. Dan Hamlin as the new Secretary of Education. Hamlin's been a professor since 2018. I was able to speak with him earlier today, and he said that he's honored to have the opportunity to serve the state, and he believes that his experience working with school leaders and teachers will allow him to put what he has learned into practice. Kiriana, Reagan, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sutton. McDonald's is celebrating the upcoming spooky season with the return of a specialty menu item.
The fast food chain will be rolling out their classic Happy Meal Boo Buckets to customers for a limited time. The lineup of 5 bucket characters includes Ghost, Pumpkin, Goblin, Cat, and Zombie. The buckets also come with stickers to customize, but you're gonna have to wait until October 21st to pick them up.
I will definitely be first in line to get one of those. I love them every single year, and I get one every single time.
Well, they're great, but I mean, I still feel like I want to go swimming. It's like still 90 degrees
I
outside.
know, it's awful, guys.
Yeah.
Like, we're still in the 80s, and I mean, I'm hoping by the time we get to Halloween, we're gonna be at least in the 70s. That would be great. But taking a look at the 7-day forecast as of now, we've got copy and paste days of 89, 86, 88, back and forth, but right around the exact same numbers. We do have OU playing against Kent State this weekend on Saturday, 86 for a high that day. It's gonna be sunny and hot, so make sure you got the sunscreen and stay hydrated that day. Our next cold front comes around Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe. Good temperature drop, getting back into some seasonable temperatures, hopefully, but a slight rain chance would be great with that one too.
All right, thank you, Aiden, and thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Reagan Garvin.
And I'm Kiriana Gamboa. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try. In the kitchen, collect the excess water you use to rinse produce and use it